Record. Hi, welcome to the influential Creatrix. And we are so excited. I love your energy. I'm in love already.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are singing Shakira?
I was singing Shakira.
Sing a little bit for me. I don't sing. I am a DJ, but I don't sing. So please.
Oh, you're a DJ. Oh, goodness. I definitely want to learn how. Okay, well, when I sing Shakira, I have to try to impersonate her. So
okay,
it's
please,
going to be
go
funny.
For it. Go.
Can't you see I'm at your feet forever, wherever we're meant to be together. I'll be there and you'll be here, and that's the deal, my dear.
Oh my God, I love it. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling nourished and
you are
electric.
So beautiful.
Thank you. You are as well, Diva. Thank you so much. I do have the assistance of some lighting.
Yeah, I should have lighting in my face, but this table is too far away. But
you're absolutely divine, though. You're beautiful.
I just moved home 3 or 4 days ago. I don't even know anymore. And yeah, I found myself alone in my house with my cats and no help from who should be here. That's another story. And I'm a little of it. But welcome to here. I want to know everything about you, and I always ask my guests to present themselves first.
Okay, well, hello. I'm Grace Camrien Hebert. I like to go by Gracie. I like the nickname I was given as a child, and I find it suits me well. It's good energetically.
I'm putting
I am. Perfetto. It's so nice. You're absolutely gorgeous. I think you'd find the light doesn't do you justice.
Thank you.
I'm a creative, or creatrix, an entrepreneur. I've been in the performing arts since I was an infant, and that's how I provide for myself and the ones that I love. And my impact is through my written words, my spoken and sung words, and I do sound healings and a beautiful, immersive, cellular clearing journey for creative entrepreneurs who are ready to prime themselves to welcome in abundance. And we tap into their abundance codes and get them absolutely aligned with who they are without contracting, without contorting or forcing anything, but in alignment with their unique humanness and leveraging systems and structures to get their unique work out into the world. And I call it artistic medicine because the arts are medicinal. They are a catalyst for people to experience the fullness of their humanity. So I'm a transition person for them to discover that within themselves and bring it into the world. I'm also a performing artist and a teacher.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm a performing artist and a teacher as well. I just realized now. What is beautiful is we have more or less the same kind of people. I work with Creatrix, women with the gift, and they know they are good, but they want to broadcast their gifts to the world, expand. And I'm the amplifier. So what I do is I help them finding their story, telling their story, and really making the money they deserve. And I love that we are in Ingrid programs because that women changed my life. I don't know yours, but mine, I joined the program. I remember I joined the program, and 24 hours after I closed my first 5K offer.
Oh, that's so
24, gorgeous. And I could not afford the program. Wow. I could not afford it. And I closed, and it changed me. It changed the fact that I was doing money with what we call medium tickets. And I was working so much, and it was so stressful, and I was working with all kinds of people. And then now I shift for beautiful people as you then I know I can work. I know we can make beautiful things together. So before we go anywhere, I want to invite you straight away to do a masterclass for my people, because for sure we could partner on that. You could bring your masterclass, like 1 hour of masterclass, whatever you want to teach, and pitch your service as well.
Wow, thank you
I think it's beautiful. But I want to ask you, what is your why? Why? What is behind this? I know the power of sound, being a DJ, but I want you to explain to the people who are watching so they can understand you.
My why is a lot of things, and I think that's why it keeps me so focused. My number one why would be to live the most fully expressed life possible while on this planet, and in a way that is unique to me, to be able to touch and taste, sense, smell, impact, and receive and give everything that I'm capable of without constriction, without allowing any negativity to get in the way. And of course, that takes continuous practice. My otherwise are my deep desire to be a catalyst for humanity to open up their consciousness, to receive newness, to melt away the archaic ways of being, and to usher in a way of being that is free, that is expansive, that is loving, and that is open to loosening up the grip, so that we can vibrate more freely and higher. And I've personally been in the arts my whole life, so it has a very tender spot for me anytime I've healed myself with the assistance of another healer or on my own. It's been using the arts. So I have a very intimate relationship with it, and I feel this deep necessity. I can't not be what I am. That's my other why. Is it goes back to the first thing, fully expressing. I can't not be this. So I'm following what I am and giving that medicine to the world. Those are my whys. Plus, I'd love to be able to provide for the people I love. I'm such a giver. I'm very generous, but I know I need to be nourished first.
What is your sign?
I'm a Virgo Libra.
Okay, I'm Sagittarian. We suffer the same issue. We love to give.
And I have to learn to put it into myself first, which has been joining Ingrid's program did that for me. It taught me.
Oh, tell me your journey. I'm not doing any advertising to Ingrid. I don't have any affiliate link, but I'm doing a service because I don't know. I think she have. I think what changed me. I start by the $7 program, and
really? Wow.
Yeah, the meditations did work for me. It changed. And I used to walk every day, and I think I did that for 15 days. Every day I listened to the only two meditations that comes with the $7 program. And I knew it. I knew it. Then this is, and I went from selling 6 weeks challenge for $500 to selling 5K package for 3 months or 1,500 for 1 month. And the only thing then I change is my guarantees is whatever we decide is going to be your goal, or in followers or in money, or we will work together until you achieve that goal. We decided together because I need to feel that you are present, but we decide together and I work with you until you achieve your goal. And this morning I used a lot of tapping. Tapping changed my life. So now I changed the life of people who work with me. And today, I'm sorry for being shared. This is about you, but I'm so in love. I have been so off with moving, you know, when you are on the flow and then something goes off and you get, oh my God, I'm going to lose it. I've lost the flow. And then today I had the opportunity to work with one of my students, and I don't like to call students, one of my influencer Creatrix. And she was so she had these people who did want her offer, but she had no guts to go and offer because she was scared. They were friends, and she was scared that they would run away from her. So we tapped through all the process, and she went, pick up the phone, and she closed the client. And she called me with the sound of a bell and said, we did it. And it was so beautiful. Then it's not 5K who pay you that. It's such a beautiful thing, so beautiful. And I could not do it if the community and what Ingrid is doing, what the team is doing, if they did not make me stretch and feel that I deserve. I deserve making, my goal now is 50K a month. And the reason why I have that goal is because I'm in Mexico, and that is 1 million of pesos. And I love the idea of being a monthly millionaire. That is my thing. But tell me your journey with her. I know this is not about her, but we love you, Ingrid, so we want to do it.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it's like seeing her was seeing an amplified version of me the first time I saw her, and it triggered the frick out of me because I thought, I can't be that. I can't be that. Oh no, it's a personal thing. I rather okay. I'm not censoring myself. It's just how I and I was so I can't be that. I can't fully express in that way. And it was in my brain and through my body, and so I bought the master class. She had a $97 master class. And I was like, I've never paid for a webinar before, but I'll do it. And I did. And then it just kept going, boom, 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 boom. Everything was on point, and I bought into the coaching without exactly knowing what I was doing. And it's for me, it was a lot at one time. I had a lot to unpack and cleanse through, and I had a lot of social attachments that were the exact opposite of what I needed. So I had to clear through that and then do the program a second time. And I'm glad. I'm just grateful that I did it. I'm grateful that I was courageous enough to say yes to myself and say, this is what I want for me. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. And that's where I'm at now, is in a place of, I'm still listening to the meditations. I'm still following the curriculum, but I create my own now. I have tapped into myself and my relationship with my cells and my programming to where I know what I need to say to set myself free. I write my own affirmations, my own meditations, and I do that for my clients as well, is we tap in and get them to where they are self-sufficient. I mean, I don't want them to be perpetually dependent.
I 100% agree with that. I love then on the business side, we have retention and acquisition, but I want to transform millions of lives. And the only way that I can do is teaming up with someone who have more abilities in certain things than I do. And as well, the variety of women who comes to me with different projects makes my brain excited, to not say
mine too.
Right?
So good. All the networking, all of this amazing potent
you don't get bored because it's always like
fills in.
Who works with music, and this person works with kids, and this person works with older people, and this person, and you feel all that excited, and I don't know, I feel so in love for my journey, for the person that I'm becoming, and each time my women achieve something, it's such a selfish pleasure because I feel that I achieve something. And in this moment of my life where
we win together.
Yeah, I'm here, listen to you, and I just want to say I want to be your friend forever. It's like it's a certain thing that we go through. It's a certain thing that is a superpower. It's not just the superpower of making much more money than someone convince you one day that you could do it. And
it's much deeper.
It's so much deeper to that. It's owning, it's buying. Like I went to buy a bunch of dresses, then I don't think I will ever dress them in any club, but I will take these beautiful and crazy photos because she inspired me to do that. I love to dress up. I love to dress up. Why I don't dress up?
Right?
Why?
That got to me too. I went, why aren't I doing what I know I love to do? So that summer when I joined the program, I scheduled a photo shoot for myself and I made myself extremely uncomfortable. And now it's fine. Now I'm like, I need to redo the photo shoot. That's history. I now need to bring this new energy, this
crowns? You bring
new
crowns.
vibrance.
I'm in love for crowns, and
I definitely want to get some custom crowns for sure.
Yes.
It's such a good representation.
Yeah, why not?
Lately for me, my hair has been my crown, and you might have heard that from ladies before. The reason is because I went through a journey with my hair where I shaved it multiple times and I just did not accept myself, so I would shave my head. It wasn't.
I have been there, sister. I have been there.
Yeah. So now I love my hair so much, and I never did before, except for when I was a small child, I did. And now we're returning to that and reinvigorating it. So this is my crown.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about business.
Yeah.
What do you coach people in? Guide us a little bit, because I understand sound healing. I never did experience until I arrived to Mexico. The first time that I experienced a healing with sounds, a lot of monsters came out of me. And I'm curious to know your sides, what you teach. Guide me like I don't know anything about sound.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm a facilitator, and my clients, they participate in a facilitation of having things come up, acknowledging them, and processing it.
Sorry.
That's all right. And processing through it. So it's a healing modality that is incorporated into the healing vortex. What I do is a healing vortex to cleanse the body and the mind and clear out any old ways of being, so that we can introduce and implant ways of being that we decide for ourselves, which are abundant and wealthy and whole and well. And sound therapy is just a modality that I incorporate into the mix to facilitate a full somatic sensory experience of holding oneself as sacred exactly as we are. It's like a big, deep, immersive meditation where we're being enveloped by sound, allowing the sensations to arise without judgment and then pass through. So that's
beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to experience your work. I cannot, I have been embracing my underworld powers, like I always called. When I was growing up, I grew up in Africa, and music was, I always learned that when it was music, everyone was happy. I always learned that everyone did dance with whatever age, the old lady to the little baby. And that was my experience with music. When I moved to Europe after my mom died, I was a teenager. I was 13 years old, and it was really interesting to see how people look to music and how people look to women dancing, how it was easy
so different
to judge me, because I imagine I'm this girl who grew up in Africa. I move all parts of my body with no shame, because shame it's not a thing. And then I arrive in 94, I'm 41, 94, and everyone is looking and say, oh, no, you cannot do that. You cannot dance on that way. That was really weird. And then I became a DJ, and my thing was to run the emotions through music. When I was playing commercial music, I knew at the tracks they make the girls jump and hugging each other and say, oh, this is our song, that feeling. And I now that I'm talking with you, I understand that I was doing severe healing during the process of playing music, but I never understand like that. I always felt that I was too short being a DJ, too short on my ability of being who I really am and how powerful I am. So I am a mom of 6, and have a plot twist. And I was drained out. I was not happy with my marriage. I was really deeply sad. I was not a good mother. I was in a very bad shape. And I came to Mexico and I decided to stay in Mexico. I'm here for 7 months and I'm away from my kids. But that was what I was saying. I went to try to figure out. I'm a mom since I'm 19. So my oldest kid is 21. You imagine, I'm 41, he's almost 22. And my thing was, I want to know who this girl is. I want to go and dance salsa. I want to dance. Dance for me brings the best on me. Dancing and horse riding is the two things that brings the best on me.
Love
I don't
that.
need alcohol. I don't need drugs. I just need music and
Me too.
probably a mirror because I like to see.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Or give me a gay club and I'm happy. And I want to know, like, how did you find your gifts?
Always had them. I know everyone's journey is different, but I really have been connected to this since I was a small child and have expressed in whichever ways I could discover, I could express through. I go toward what I'm attracted to. I play with it. I do my best to become excellent at it through play. And then I share. And reigniting that in myself in my mid-20s and early 20s is a huge step.
How old are you?
I'm in my mid-20s now. So
I was going to say that you are a little girl.
I'm still a woman. Still a woman.
Not in a bad way, in a sweet way. Because I remember when I was 20 something, it was really interesting. I'm going to give you a tip. I was really scared to get old. And the day that I did 29, I cried for I cried for 3 days in a row. And after that, my life was so much fun because I think it's something then, but you are an old soul, right?
I think my soul is the perfect age for wherever I'm at.
I know, but you have a certain, you know what you want.
Yeah, probably always have.
Okay.
Always have.
And you have a certain magic on you. It's a certain je ne sais quoi. It's something that bring people into you, right? The right people.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel that. Do you have more women or men working with you?
Both. Even when I aimed my marketing toward women, men come. So that let me know I'm not picky about that part. That just, I opened myself up. I went, okay, this is what my magnet is bringing in. This is what is needed. And me being a healing facilitator for men is a significant
healing for you,
gift and healing for me, because I get to melt any disappointments I've had from experiences with men who weren't willing to heal. And now I'm seeing that there are many who are very much in the space of desiring to heal and take accountability for themselves and their decisions. And it's absolutely beautiful. So it's an honor to welcome people into a call, into groups, potentially into mentorship, anything like that. It's a really humbling. I just feel like I'm putting on a crown when I say that. It's a kind of like, really about
because
in reverence.
You have certain, we are taught and we should niche down and we should, but I still have men that I coach one-to-one. And I think you cannot, I think we are changing. The separation between man and woman are getting slightly less, I'm looking for correct word in English. Like it's more easy you have more people today who say we love people instead of saying I'm heterosexual or I'm bisexual or I'm homosexual, whatever. You say, I like to say I love people. I love people. whatever they are. And another way is men are done with the story, then boys don't cry.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them. I'm lucky enough to meet men, whatever they are, homosexual or gay, and that is another blow of energy. But as well, heterosexual, I don't want to call names, but you know what I mean. They're not really into a journey of healing and finding themselves. Why do you think is happening that?
Why or what?
Why do you think men now feel more comfortable in looking for options for upgrading their life instead of living the life they think was their obligation? Boys don't cry, men don't have emotions. What do you think it shift?
In my observation, I don't know specifically, but it seems like there is a collective shift in understanding in humanity that through all disciplines, that those old sayings and tropes are harmful and cause harm. So we're learning to create safe spaces for people to fully be, because men and women have to go through that. We each have our unique stories that we're told by our culture about what we're supposed to be instead of what we are, getting to know what we are. And I think both men and women and all people have been taught to be rigid, to close ourselves off from feeling, and to just grind too much, to just work too hard, instead of allowing ourselves to be completely human and soft and feeling and gentle and expressive. And all people can do that. So I think us, especially people like you and I, who are in a space of magnetizing people, activating people to be in their fullest expression, to welcome in abundance, to heal, are also setting a new standard for how to be in this world. And it has a ripple. So everyone we touch spiritually or physically with our work also meets others, and it continues.
That is the beautiness of what we do. It's what I want. Like I said to you, it's like a root of a tree who goes deep and deep and deep. But do you feel that in the last 2-3 years is coming up this beautiful, strong women? They are coming to the online digital world with superpowers, with almost magic, with downloads of information, then are changing the world. It's like something shifts. And I like to speak about the Me Too movement because I think that is the first thing then we can like catch and see. But women are coming strong, and people as Ingrid, then is the example then we have, are bringing us to the awareness of our rights, of our fullness, of our sexuality, of our money, of our desires, of our not faking orgasms, of our, all that kind of fun things. And they say, I always lived my life. When someone said to me, you cannot, I want to know why.
Yeah.
I want to know why. And nobody did, I will do it. That is me. And I paid a very expensive bill for that. But as well, I lived, I hate to say this because my mom died a few days after saying this, but if I die tomorrow, I lived the most amazing life, 90% of the time of my life. And living that and living in that way is coming up and up and up in the world. Do you feel super powerful with what you do?
Yeah.
It must be because even the sound, the way then the sound have a certain vibration, and the vibrations you can feel in different parts. I understand sound, but I never study music. So the vibration, so it's like energy in a shape who makes sound. And
Mhm.
tell me some story of one of your students, clients, then can blow our minds.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to make sure. Let me log my memory because I want to make sure they're okay with me telling.
Yeah, okay. You don't need to tell the name. Just share a
So
story.
I will start with. I noticed that immediately when we begin, let's say, the first sound healing session, it's absolutely transformative in the first session, every time without fail. It's not about me. It's the facilitation and what my client is experiencing. So at that point, even though I'm using my hands to play, it's hands off. It's you loosen the grip,
You are a
let
vessel.
yes. And there is such a range of experiences that can be had in that first just 25 minutes, let alone a whole hour of a session. In just trial sessions for 25 minutes, it's been amazing with what comes up for people simply by allowing themselves to feel. And I've had clients tell me that their whole week after that very short session was elevated, and that they were able to finally hold themselves with deep self-love and non-judgment, and that they hadn't given themselves permission to do that before. And it changes the way that they approach living, which is the main goal here. I do this specifically for creatives, but the whole goal is living as a person fully, letting ourselves be fully expressive. So that is just a small taste of what it's like. I have clients who have worked with me in some areas and then switched to others where their career might have been in tech, and then they finally start making a podcast and sharing their work with the world and are preparing to move on to have mentorship programs of their own, or clients who have been really wanting to make a photography business or share their writings with the world. And when they interact with me, just on the first few interactions, even if they haven't yet bought into a program, they start doing it. They get that energetic exchange of, wait, this is available for me. They're activated. And then they take responsibility and start doing it and make it happen. Even friends in my life who know me, you can't be around me and not become activated in some way. And if you don't want that,
I can feel that.
And if you don't want to be activated, those people, they just try not to be around me. So because they either accept it or go away or stay and are very uncomfortable with themselves because they know that they're not doing certain things that they could, and being around me reminds them that they're not doing certain things that they could. So and same with my family members, who I put myself first, started doing my own immersive healing work. I separated from toxicity, and then they would come back to me and tell me, hey, I finally started doing this thing. Thank you for showing me that it's possible. And that alone is completely humbling and electric and beautiful. I believe because of my experience, I was born as a healer just by existing, and naturally magnetized toward the modalities that I like best to facilitate that. So
I love it. I love it.
I think the most mind-blowing client experience of all would be with myself. I escaped a cult at 19. One of my parents, I called the police and they had to go to jail. It was a perfect time for me to get out and question my whole life and everything I was taught, and start from ground zero. I was sleeping on the floors and couches of friends' houses, and went to university, got a job, took care of myself, and constantly challenged every system I was ever given, and used music to heal myself. Music and the sciences, psychology, and healers and therapists and hypnotherapist and as many things as I could get, meditating, everything. And I knew I was powerful, but then allowing myself to be that for other people is what happened when I met Ingrid. So just letting myself receive compensation for who I am was absolutely massive. And now I do that for my clients. So
I knew it. I knew it. I was in love for you, but I did not know why. And now I understand. It's like you are that kind of people that you want to hang out with, because it's just not in my life was easy, but it's a totally different experience. And knowing, because I know the program, I know what you are doing, knowing that you went from there to there, and imagine how many limitation beliefs did you cross. You have a full extra curriculum to teach about destroying. I teach a lot of destroying limitation beliefs around money. I'm obsessed with that. It became my hobby, and I love it. I love it.
Magnifique.
Yeah, and I never in my life will ever feel anxious about money, because I'm a money magnet. I'm always attracting more and more money, and it comes to me easily. And more money I have, more fun I have.
Oh!
Yeah. So
Yes.
the thing is, how beautiful is that? Like, this should be taught on school.
It's our birthright. Resource is our birthright. Abundance is our birthright. To be healthy and nourished and thriving is our birthright. And every other narrative is backward and confused. Every other narrative is a product of abuse. Every other narrative is a product of misuse. There's scarcity is created by us. We make it happen. Just like we could allow to the abundance that's already here to be our everyday experience. It's seeing the abundance, walking outside, seeing the birds and the trees and the sun and the earth, and knowing that's where I come from.
That is abundance. Starting with the feeling that is already abundance.
Yeah. We have to be able to recognize it there in order to receive it in the form of finances and love and business opportunities and so good. Oh yes, you are a money magnet. Yes, you are.
Yes. And you know what? I wish I have a daughter. I have 5 boys and I have a daughter.
Wow, 5 boys.
Yeah. And I have a daughter. And my daughter is a gift from God, or from your Creatrix, or whatever you want to call. And I always think about her, and I always think about a moment in our lives then changed me. I'm going to tell you, are going to understand. One day I was just Max, her name is Max, it's a very male name. And,
I like that name.
Yeah, and her name is Maxime, what in French means is a boy's name, so no way around, it's Max. And Max have very long hair. And it's a trauma that I had, because when I was young, my grandma used to cut my hair short, and I had these Dumbo ears coming out. And then I have a thing on the front, so I could it was a disaster. I looked like a boy during many years. And I was brushing her hair and I would dress her, and she had this beautiful dress. And she was finished to dress, and I told her, go show to your dad. And as soon as I told that, I grabbed her hands. I pulled her to the mirror and I said, don't go show to your dad. Look to yourself in the mirror first. Enjoy it. See if you like it. And then when you own it, when you really like it, then you can ask to the other ones. But that changed my life. And I start realizing how much things we teach, even me, then I'm such a powerful woman who did so many things, and it's all in prologue. How many things I was going to teach, or even teach my daughter to be submissive, when I am as well. I was submissive during 7 years of my life. I lived a life that I did not want to live, then was not fulfilling me, because I did think that to be a mom was to take care of my kids, and that means staying on a relation that I did not want to be. And I almost killed myself 3 times with that. So we should be obliged to teach, and I have nothing against boys, but we should be obliged to teach our girls, our women, our older women even, then money is not, they have no fault. It's the things that we believe, it's the things that we say, because we all don't need to go to the university. We all can make loads of money, more money than the guy who's working 40 hours a day, 14 hours a day. And we can do more. And when you tell how much money you make doing courses online and mentoring people and working out from the beach, nobody believes in you. They think they are crazy. And it's so, it's not that it's so easy. You need to have a gift. You need to care. I think
be structured, have discipline. Yeah.
Yes. And it requests a lot of energy. And I was for 3 days without being able to provide one-to-ones to my clients or group meetings. And I almost killed myself, not killing, this moment was not exactly, but I was feeling guilty and terrible because I was out of my flow. So you need to have a gift. You need to be ready to share your gift. Many people are not ready. They are so scared and it's not enough, right? Did you ever have fear? Then you are not enough for teaching these high ticket clients? How was for you?
Yeah,
did you start straight on a high ticket, or did you went through small tickets?
Yeah, I started way too small.
I have been there like a few weeks
ago.
And
then when I was introduced to the idea that I could do high ticket, I was like, I'm going as high as I can. And to the point where my mentor was going, wait, that's a lot. And I was like, yeah, I know. Even Ingrid doesn't charge that much right now. I was like, but why can't I? And it was just a huge shift. It showed that I was ready. It showed what I really want. What I really desire for myself is so much more than I was allowing myself. And now I'm in a space of expanding further, making things more accessible, being willing to potentially scale with what I'm doing and how many I bring into a container at one time. And that's by me following my intuition, where I wasn't letting myself before. I would have the intuition and I'd be like,
yeah, why we settle for, what is the worst thing can happen? I understand.
But here's why. I let other people tell me their fears, and that became my reality. It wasn't mine. It was theirs. And so I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. You know your experience, you don't know mine. I can't be like you. I have to be me. And I trigger people because I do what they're not willing to do.
Oh, I know. And one time I used to be famous in Portugal, and I was always on these pink magazines, like always the tabloids, for all most terrible reasons. Sometimes for saying that I was dating my gay friends, and I was constantly we could talk about that. And one time, one journalist asked me, "Why do you think Portugal don't like you?" And I said, "Because I do what they wish and I say what they want, but they have no balls for." And that it is. And I am looking to you, and you remember me so much because, you know, they always take you as, oh, please, God, she's a little girl. Right? But if we take our ego aside and we just make like we are not listening to them, and then we just show up, then they need to swallow their words. It's beautiful. Like, it's really like dropping the mic.
And it can be, and then even surpassing that, recognizing that they're projecting very painful beliefs in the direction of others, and that's deeply sad. Is that they're projecting a really negative idea, that they believe this negative idea, in that I can't let that touch me. No. I will focus on myself. And then, you know, if they're still watching, good, because they need to see that negative belief doesn't have to be their reality. And they can be abundant. They can open up. They can be free. Now, I'm not doing it for them, but just by existing and allowing, like, you know what, you want to watch? I won't let you spit venom at me. I will block you if you do that. But if you just want to watch and be doubtful by yourself, fine. Because I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. You know, like, so that's where I've been with that, is if someone is so negative, it's really sad.
Do you change a lot the people around you, your life, your new family? Because probably you create your own family. We create our own family with people then we meet.
Yeah.
How is your peers? With the people around you? They are doing the same than you. They are supporting you. Do you have a lot of people around me? Because I don't have a lot of people around me. I prefer to have few people that have loads of people, because when you cross 30, 40, you don't want to explain anything to anyone. You don't want to say, oh, you get it or you don't get it, that is your own problem. I'm wondering, how is your life, like being successful? Do you believe we can have everything? On the sense, then we can have the money, we can have the relation, we can have the shape of feeling in shape of feeling healthy, we can be beautiful as you are, you can be all of that at the same. Or do you think then, do you believe in that we can have it all?
Yeah, I gave it to myself. I decided I deserve it because I know I deserve it. It's beyond a decision at that point. It's like, I decided that I will let myself know I deserve it. And then by setting that standard for myself, I challenged and stretched myself. I put out very specific descriptions of myself when I'm asking for things, when I'm talking to people, to say, hey, do you want to do this with me? This is what I'm like. This is what I expect of myself. And this is what works best with me in this type of relationship, whatever kind. And they either meet it or go somewhere else. And by doing that for myself, I'm also providing a service to somebody else by making it easier to know whether or not this is where they want to be. And allowing myself to have high standards, allowing myself to have a standard based on my unique human blueprint, who I am and what works for me, and settling for nothing less means that that's what I get. And I might have to wait longer. It's absolutely worth it. But recently it's been happening faster for me. And I think it's because I decided I want it. I'm a magnet. This is who I am. Now come meet me. And then they come.
Oh my God. Tell me, what kind of offers do you have at this moment? If someone wants to work with you online, what kind of offers do you have in place?
I currently offer a one-on-one. It's what works best right now. It's what I like the most. Healing vortex. As I was explaining with my work, it involves what I mentioned, where we get very clear on your vision as a creative entrepreneur. We work on deep self-love and transmuting any pain. We alchemize your pain by allowing us to feel it, acknowledge it, love it, and let it pass through, and transforming that into our strength, our willingness to be supported, and also cleansing out negative beliefs around money, around self-worth, around your creative potency, and opening up to our artistic radiance and our potential for income, magnetism. And then we translate that over into systems and structures to get you to where you're doing the thing you said you wanted to do, because we need the structure to facilitate that flow, but we have to heal and cleanse and clear out and prepare the table for the food to come. I don't want you to have food on a messy table that's going to slide all over the place and fall off. We need to be ready, know who you are, know what you're here for, know what you want, and we proactively manifest that together. I also create custom, I'm a music producer and musician. I also create custom meditations and chants, and we do spell casting, and we have our sound healing sessions.
I love it, spell casting. I love it.
Yeah, and spell casting, it's a lot like what people think as prayer or affirmations, but I like it because it's more potent and intentional, and it's you taking accountability. It's not expecting an outside source to do it for you. It's taking accountability for you and becoming in union with your vision intentionally. It takes all of the things from meditation, prayer, and affirmation into one, into a ritual, into a practice that we embody. So all of those things, and custom, I call it my Creatrix Unleashed method, that we use all of these things to.
So funny that we use the same name. You say,
absolutely.
I work with influential Creatrix activation and expansion, and you work with Creatrix as well. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how they can find you? What are the links? How they can find you? I want you to send me the links as well, then I put on the description, but just speak about how they can find you.
Thank you so much. I'm available. Thank you. I'm available on Instagram at Gracie of the Milky Way.
Gracie of the Milky Way.
Yeah, that younger me, what I think she was 20 or 21, came up with that, and we've stuck with it. We like it. Gracie of the Milky Way on Instagram. My booking link, if you my program is currently at the low 5 figures. I have 3 and 6 month payment plans available, and my booking link is graciecamrien.youcanbook.me. So youcanbook.me. It's so, and that's all right. And then
you are sharing that links with me, right? You are sending them. So
yes,
around the description.
Absolutely. And I'm also on Facebook at Gracie Camrien. So
I'm going to do normally is a very light question, but with you probably slightly more heavy or more beautiful. If you had a message for the 19 years old you from the future to the past, what did you tell her? Oh, my love, I did not want to make you cry.
No, it's good.
I know it is. I wish
I would tell her thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, I really did not want to. I know the value of what you are saying, and I feel then I should ask you that.
Because she didn't give up.
I know. She will never give up. You will never give up. And look how beautiful look how beautiful reality you are creating for yourself and for everyone else, and even for me, that I'm dying to be your best friend forever. You know, it's so beautiful. And I cry a lot in my podcast, so everyone is used to. And
yeah, crying is very, very good.
Thank you. Thanking for being you. Thank you for going for. Thank you for going against everything. I feel like it's always a story of trauma. Then bring. I read someone was saying to me, I don't know a beautiful person who had an easy past. I mean, beautiful here. I don't know anyone who can have the impact that you are having, or I'm having, a majority of women that we are hanging out with, without going through a lot of pain in our life. But what we do with our pain is how we pick up our pain, we learn with that, and we transform in full, like many of the meditations of Ingrid say, and we just burn that and make an amazing castle, pink or purple or whatever you want to call it, and we have fun. And I want to say thank you, because you are doing beautifully, and I enjoy each second we talked here. It was beautiful, and thank you, because now I want to learn everything about you I'm going to send you a message when we finish, and I would love to hang out with you, and maybe you can bring a master class to me, and like we can do some beautiful things together. Do you have anything that you want to say for the girls or women that are listening to us now?
My phoenix comes up. You are 100% worth it. 100% worth it. You decide what you do with your life. Stop letting anybody else get in the way of that. That is controlling, and that is manipulative, and it's abusive. And you need to cut that energy off and hold yourself as sacred, because you, like the song, I got the power. You've got the power. It's in you. And other people controlling you, they know you have the power. They're scared. They're intimidated. They feel triggered. So they try to put a linchpin on you and release yourself. Release yourself as safely as you can, as peacefully as you can, and let them fester in the background as you rise. No one else decides your destiny but you, and you're absolutely worth it. That's it. I love you.
I want to say something. If you are listening to this and you think, oh, they had some, let me tell you a story. 3 weeks ago, I had a huge meltdown. I did not want to be alive. I had a huge crisis. Some terrible things did happen to me. 3 weeks ago, I did not know how I was going to live, how I was going to make money. I could not afford $500 to pay any course or whatever, any prepayment, nothing. And in 3 weeks, I closed 4 clients, high ticket clients. And it was just, I read something. Some people have the ability to take ownership from the results before they even know how to get there. So I am struggling. Wow! Yes, I am struggling with a lot of things at the same time. But I am owning this thing because I'm going to build this empire so I can have contact with my kids again. And I can bring these women to go and to expand and be their gift, to share their gift to the world. So my love, thank you so much. You make my day today. I'm going to stop our live on Facebook first. Bye, guys. Beijinhos.
Thank you for tuning in. You're amazing. You're amazing people. Mwah.
And now I'm going to stop the recording. And I'm going to say bye to you properly.